Ameselo President. Good day, the beautiful people of the Cameroons, friends and enemies. This is a political broadcast by myself, Maitre Mola Alex Ndive Lisinge, the leader of British Cameroon National Party. My country people them. Bayam salam them. People where remain no day, repe no day. Today I don't can talk for one. And today, I want to give 5 common mistakes among British Cameroonian activists, political actors, and civil society. Before I get indulge in these 5 common mistakes, let me tell you something. If you are a medical doctor, you're called to go and treat a patient. What do you want to know? You want to understand what is the patient sick of. If you don't know what the patient is sick of, you cannot prescribe a medication. If you are a lawyer, you're asked to represent somebody, whether it's property, whether it's crime, whether it's civil litigation. You want to take instruction from that client to know whatever issue the client wants to put before you. The same too, most of us, we have been calling ourselves Anglo-Saxon, West Cameroon, Southern Cameroon, Northwestern Cameroon. We are fighting for a values. And to me, to a larger extent, since more than 35 years ago, a lot of people from British Cameroons, they don't know about the values of British Cameroons or English values where I live in the United Kingdom. The reason being, and that's why most people always say our problem is English problem. That's why Onangini say we are pigeon lock. Because most of you want to fight the Anglophone problem. You don't know the Anglophone values. I live in London. I live in the United Kingdom. I know the values. Maybe I knew the values when I was still living in the Cameroons. But imagine you living physically in this place. So there's a common mistakes that we or some Anglophones they do make, and that's why I've come today to talk about it. The values of Anglo-Saxon, as some call it, it's not something that because all of us are Anglophone, we share the same values. One of that values, which most of us we don't understand, is the right to express yourself without anybody stopping you from saying what you want to say. There is a famous quotation which says, I disapprove of what you say, but I will defend to death your right to say it. Do you know what that means? It means whatever you want to say, even if I don't like it, I will allow you to say it. It means you're free for talk anything. But we, for Cameroon, when someone want to talk, we're not vex. Oh, no, bring that man for the TV. Oh, that man there na so. Oh, no, make that man make and join us. That man na so. That's not Anglo-Saxon culture. Anglo-Saxon culture means even if you disagree with somebody, you don't like the person to have a right to come and say what he wants to say. So, if you look today, most people make certain error. I know you don't need to agree with what I'm saying, but this is a fact. It's not an opinion. You have to allow any person, even the desiderata says, even the fool and the ignorant, they too have their own story. You see, most Western countries, the way they live in the Western country, they are like us. They disagree like us. They have different opinions. But the difference is they allow everybody to express their opinion. They don't care. If you say something, I don't like it, it's none of my business. And one of the illusions that have come among the people of British Cameroon, West Cameroon, Northwest and Southwest, they keep on saying, let's have an all-Anglophone conference. And all the time, you want to have an all-Anglophone conference. Most of you don't know, CPD and militants are still Anglophones. UNDP militants who are Anglophones, they are still Anglophones. But when you call a meeting, those of you who agree with each other, they say all Anglophone meetings or conference. That's not Anglophone conference. The reason we have democracy or political parties is because on planet Earth, we cannot agree on everything. That's why people started using politics. And people that have similar or the same ideology, they can come together. So the terminology of calling all Anglophone conference is an illusion, because you will look at a CPDM militant, oh, I don't want him. Maybe somebody will look at somebody, is British Cameroon National Party, I don't want him. Maybe somebody will look you at Ambazonia, I don't want you. So if you want a conference of any opinion or political opinion, state what you want. We want to talk about health, economic, fishery, environment. Then people who believe in those things will come for the conference. But when you say all Anglophone conference, then you go to those conferences, it's being dominated by a particular tribe in Northwest and Southwest region. That is not an Anglophone conference. So these are the things we have been doing. So now I want to get to the point. 5 common mistakes most people in the British Cameroonian political actors, activists, they do. The first one is we often blame Francophone, La République du Cameroun, that they are responsible for our problem. To me, Maître Alex Lissinger, the leader of British Cameroon National Party, I was brought up in a home, in a family, in a society that I was taught on how to take responsibility. In British Cameroon National Party, we believe 2 countries came together. La République de Cameroon, headed by Amadou Ahidjo, I'm talking before independence, and British Cameroon, headed by Dr. Ndeli. So if the Francophones, as we call it, they have their leaders and their team that they are competent, and we Anglophones, we had our own team under Dr. Ndeli that was competent, who gave us autonomy in Boya in 1954. And if you displace Dr. Ndeli and put people who don't have that knowledge or how to negotiate or understand the law at the time, why are you blaming Francophones? This is our problem. Take responsibility. Yes, we have issues as Anglophone, but learn to take your responsibility. The earlier you accept that the problem we are facing was because of some people who voted poor leadership, that's why we have that problem. And Ahidjo was supposed to protect the interests of Francophones. Dr. Ndeli was supposed to protect the interests of who? Anglophones. And if you kick Dr. Ndeli out, you bring people who are fighting for positions, why do you blame Francophones? As a lawyer, if you come, you're my client, I fight for your best interests. That's what I do. Your best interest. I don't care any other thing on it. Your best interest. Ahidjo was fighting for the best interest of the French Cameroon. So why do you blame Ahidjo? Blame yourself when you vote people based on tribal lineage rather than competence. So to me, I am fighting against injustice. I want equality. That's what I'm doing. I don't care where you come from. I don't care about your tribe. Another common mistakes that Anglophones, they do make is what? They believe in monotheism. One size fits all. Most Anglophones, they believe in that. Once as they believe in this, you don't believe in what they believe, it's a problem. You're a blackleg. You're a sellout. I remember in the mid-1980s, I was a boy, not even a teenager. We used to fight for Anglophone equality, justice for Anglophone. Most of the people now, including there was no political party now, most of them, they were CNU, CPDM militants. We were not calling them blacklegs because we were fighting for our conviction. When you have a belief, not everyone must follow you. So today, most people are following us, doing what we used to do more than 35 years ago. We were not calling you blacklegs. We're not calling you sellout. So why do you call people who don't believe in you blackleg or sellout? I see people, it saddens me. I see a lot of the so-called people who understand Anglo-Saxon culture. They used to be friends, they used to be in the same group. They come on social media. They wash their dirty linen in public. It saddens me that you people say you have Anglo-Saxon culture, then you insult each other every day on social media. If you don't agree with somebody, go away and forget about the person. If you come on social media, somebody used to belong to the same group or organization, you insult the person. Do you think I will ever trust you? Nonetheless, if you disagree with somebody, a partner that you used to work together, or an association or a group, if you leave the person, you keep quiet, you move on, you focus on what you're doing, I will trust you. But if you sit on social media, everybody is lambasting each other. That's not Anglo-Saxon culture. That's your tribal culture. So we should distinguish that. If you want an Anglo-Saxon culture, if you don't disagree with somebody, leave. Don't come on social media and say this one is a killer, this one is this. I made up my mind in May 2017. There was no war. I disagree with a lot of people on social media. I moved on long ago, before what is happening today in Northwest and Southwest, what's happening, the entropy today. Then I made up my mind. And I've known some people who belong to some of these groups. When I was a teenager, I know them. Have you ever seen me coming on social media, insulting them, saying rubbish about them? I knew them long ago physically. We used to do things in the Cameroons, but I will never come and sit on social media and insult them. That's very important. These are the things we should know. It's an Anglo-Saxon culture. If you don't agree with somebody, move on. Again, we don't even understand a lot about these ideas about Anglo-Saxon. Read, understand it, then you know people are free to move on to do what they want to do. It's very important. The third point, common mistakes that Anglophone political activists, civil society, they make is what? Lack of political knowledge. Politics or political party is a group of people who have the same or similar ideology. If somebody does not agree with you, don't force the person. In Scotland, some people have won independence. Some people, they don't want it. Nobody forced somebody to join them in Scotland. That's why you have Scottish National Party and the Green Party. They want independence. The Labour Party, the Conservative Party, and other parties in Scotland, they don't want independence. So nobody is forcing each other. Create your own political party and sell your opinion to the voter. That's the Anglo-Saxon culture. In Catalan, There are some people in Catalan, they want independence, some they don't. You create a political party, you divide, you put it to voters. In Quebec, the same thing. In Flemish, in Belgium, the same thing. All over the world. So I don't know these characteristics that you want to force everybody to belong to a group. Even in your family, in your house, in your tribe, do you agree on everything? If you cannot agree in your own family, how do you think you can bring all Anglophone under one banner when you don't share the same opinion? There are Anglophones who are CPDM. There are Anglophones who are UNDP. There are Anglophones who belong to different opinions. That's their problem. Most of you from the English extraction of Northwest and Southwest, you often say, we are majority, blah, blah. If you're majority, create a political party like British Cameroon National Party. Some of you say, oh, SDF created a political party. Was SDF political party created? Was it a minority party like British Cameroon National Party? No. SDF was fighting to become the leader of La République de Cameroon and British Cameroon. They were fighting for that crown. So there is a way, if you want to fight for greater autonomy, independence and other things, you create a party like British Cameroon National Party. You learn from example. Another thing, when you call somebody a sellout, a blackleg, somebody who does not belong to your organization, that's a lack of political knowledge. In Anglo-Saxon culture, people are different. If you're different from me, I wouldn't say you're a blackleg. I wouldn't say you're a sellout. I would say maybe you're a left. You're a far left. You're a right. You're far right. I would say you're a center. That's how we talk politics. Nobody is a blackleg. If somebody doesn't share your opinion, it cannot be blackleg. So once more, those things you say blackleg, sellout, it's your tribal culture. It's not Anglo-Saxon culture. I live in England. It's your tribe. They do that in your tribe. Stop mistaking Anglo-Saxon culture with your culture, traditional or customary law in your where you come from. So stop. In an Anglo-Saxon culture, you don't stop anybody from belonging to whatever group. I don't agree with a lot of political parties in the Cameroons. I don't argue with them. All I need to say, I point out their weaknesses. CPDM, SDF who is in bed with the CPDM. I say that, but I don't say don't talk, don't exist. When you want to stop people not to exist, that is your tradition. That is your custom. It's not Anglo-Saxon culture. Another point again, that's the fourth point, common mistakes that a lot of Anglophone people from British Cameroon, political actives are what some of them they usually make is what? Lack of conviction. All through my life, I've realized when the ship is sinking, people jump out of the ship. They jump out, then they go to somewhere else. When Dr. Endeli removed us in Eastern House, Enugu, Nigeria, and gave us autonomy in Boya, some people, they team up with President Aijo, with Nchangman, because Baya Foncha is from Chang. They team up with Nchangman, and they joined Aijo. They were with Aijo for more than, 45 years? Vice President, Prime Minister, National Assembly. What did they do? They did nothing from where they come from. No road, nothing. When they stayed there, they wasted our time for more than 45 years. When Paul Biya came, he sacked them. They started talking about Anglophone problem now. Paul Biya said, okay, I was going to bring multipartism. Those who were in the CNU, CPDM, they left CNU, CPDM. They hijacked political party that was being organized by people like Yondo Black and late Abemuko. They hijacked it, CPDM militants. They took over, then they started sacking everybody, sacking. They sacked most of the top brains in the SDF. Then they joined CPDM. So those of you who were supporting SDF, you cannot blame the chairman of the SDF. When you vote for somebody, things goes wrong, you blame yourself. You take responsibility. You can't blame the chairman. You are the one who put him there. So before you elect somebody to represent you, if the person fails, you see, like in Kenya today, Ruto was there. I told a friend of mine who is related to some Kenyans long ago, I said, Ruto is a fake. President Ruto of Kenya said this: if you don't go to these their meetings that they call African leader, they threaten you. Since that day, I lost respect for President Ruto of Kenya. And look what is happening today. Because you have people who are presidents, they don't fight for their people. They don't have the interests of their people. So these are things that I'm saying. People lack conviction. They just jump. When they win, the crowd, everybody is going this direction. Most Anglophone, they follow it. When it was small, no be sick, Cameroon now country, Muna, Foncha, everybody followed them. When the ship was sinking, we started fighting for multi-party, everybody jumped there now. When the ship was sinking with SDF, with late chairman John Fundi, we started protesting. Our protest was not Ambazonia or whatsoever. We're protesting there. People came again and hijacked our struggle now. And they took it now. Ambazonia. My point is, when Fon Godi Dinka, a landed lawyer, I respect Fon Godi Dinka a lot. I respect him. I can even say I adore him. In 1984, when he started Ambazonia, why did you guys not join Fon Godi Dinka if you love Ambazonia? If most of you love Godi Dinka, why don't you rally under him even today? Why do you take his organization and say you're leader of Fon Godi Dinka's organization? No, it doesn't work that way. Most of you, you want to harvest where you did not plant. For 39 years, I've never been fighting to belong to somebody's organization that I never created. But most of you, you like easy thing. When you see something that is blowing, you jump on it. You jump on it. That's why I say you lack conviction. Okay, when small name is sick Cameroon, our country, Muna, Foncha, it was falling, multi-parties, all of you abandon them. You join what? You join SDF. SDF was crumbling now. You join now Amber. You join Amber. Amber is crumbling now. I'm not talking about Fon Godi Dinka because I respect him. It's something different. Most of you who have joined the so-called Amber on social media, what are you doing now? You're fighting each other, insulting each other now. Now you're talking about non-violence. When Maitre Mola Alex Divelisinghe, the leader of British Cameroon National Party, said non-violence, why did you not follow me? So you people, when somebody starts something, non-violent, this, you don't join the person. All of you, you always want to come and stand in front and take people's ideology that you have never been part of it. That's it. When this fails, you jump to the other one. That's not leadership. That's self-interest. You keep on jumping. You lack conviction. All through my life, ever since I was born, I've never joined a political party in the Cameroons. I've never. I have close people in all political parties. I used to join in Bamenda, go for rallies with SDF, but I knew SDF was useless. SDF had no plan, no manifesto for more than 30 years. So I don't join you just because it's SDF, just because I know the chairman. I don't do that. I know the chairman. I respect him. But politically, I don't respect him. I was lucky. I'm one of the few people. I can criticize Pamuna and Pafoncha when I met them. That's why I say, even somebody you disagree with, somebody talk with them. I met Pamuna. The first time I went to Ngembo, I went to Pamuna's house. That was the first time I went there. I went to Foncha Street, went to Lawan Bako. I met Lawan Bako. I met Pandanga in Finance Junction. I met a lot of people. I don't have to agree with you. Pandi in, is it Cow Street or whatever. I go and meet people with different opinion. We talk. It doesn't mean because I disagree with you opinion-wise, it doesn't mean I hate you. So I'm practicing the Anglo-Saxon culture. The leader of British Cameroon National Party is doing that. The last point I want to say about common mistake made by Anglophones, political activists, and other civil society. What you do, you always make this mistake. Most of you think that Anglophone is a political party. If you're fighting for something because it's happening in your village, in your house, you don't have conviction. You're doing it because of self-interest. I've been several times, 15 years ago, recently, to protest, support the Palestinians. It doesn't mean I'm from there. I'm fighting for justice. When I come, I'm fighting for Anglophone or whatsoever. It's about justice. It's not because I'm an Anglophone. So if you cannot fight for something because you don't have any interest in it, then you're fake. Anglophone is not a political party. If you have a political opinion, create a political party like British Cameroon National Party. When you create a political party like British Cameroon National Party, you can put your opinion there. Then people who believe in you, they will follow you and speak to the voters. So Anglophone is not a political party. When I went to the National Dialogue, I braved it. People were putting flag on social media that I was burning flags so they should arrest me. I saw all those things and I laughed. And who were the people doing it? Anglophones. They wanted that La Republic to arrest me. But I look at you, I laugh. Nobody can arrest me. Even if they arrest me, they will be in trouble. I know what I'm doing. British Cameroon National Party is operating in accordance to the law, whether it's the English law or whatever law. Before we do something, we know what we are doing. So we don't just go and shout on emotion and commit crime, then we regret it later on. So it's very important. Anglophones are not a political party. Nobody can ever unite all Anglophones. It has never happened on earth. Nobody can unite all Scottish people to come together. What some Scottish people they did, they have Scottish National Party. They want independence. And in order to have that independence, they don't have the majority. But what do? They have decentralization. They make sure that they take majority of the seats in Scotland. The same in Catalan. The same in Flemish Belgium. The same all over the world. The people want greater autonomy or independence. Most of you will say, oh, special status is what is rubbish. They invited you. Why did you not come and argue independence there? I went there. I was the only person who challenged those people there. I was the only person. And no English newspaper put what I did inside that decentralization community. It was a Francophone paper. So that's why, to me, whether you're Francophone, Anglophone, British, Kenyan, Nigerian, so far as you accept, you support my ideology, I don't care. I respect you. It doesn't mean you are an Anglophone, you must support my ideology, because I understand how some Anglophone they operate. They are snake inside green grass. I can see it on social media. It's a disgrace that you sit and insult each other on social media every day. If you don't agree with somebody, move on. Why are you people behaving like a bitter divorce? If you are in a certain group with certain people, I don't join groups. Do you know why? Because I understand. I know how Anglophones they operate. They don't have political knowledge. They don't have conviction. They don't even know. There was something. Like you see, when trade union leaders, they were fighting in the Cameroons, university students were malhandled and brutalized. We started protesting. Then again, trade union leaders, they came now. They started asking for two forms of federalism or whatever. Where on earth have you seen trade union leader asking for federalism? Trade union leaders, their job is to fight for the interests of workers, not to come and talk about politics. So that's why I say we don't understand the Anglo-Saxon culture. In the UK, we have trade unions. They can lobby a political party to stand for what they believe in. But trade union cannot come and say, be political. They are apolitical. And most of them, they can lobby politicians like us to put their case forward. So we should learn to distinguish these things. I'm not saying I'm the biggest brain on earth. That's why I always invite every Southern Cameroonian, including La Republic, or I don't care where you come from. Let's debate. I see most of you, those of you who call yourself Ambazonians, why are you fighting each other? Why don't you sit on the same platform and they ask you question, you answer, and let the people believe in who they want to believe in? That's Anglo-Saxon. If you go on a TV platform, you come and sit the way I'm talking now. You talk, oh, this man is evil, this man is bad. Why don't you sit on the same platform, let them ask you question? That's Anglo-Saxon. And that's why we of British Cameroon National Party, we are free to talk to anyone. We are free to go to any platform, whether it's CPDM, whether it's CRTV. They wouldn't put us in CRTV because they are scared of me. They will not bring me there. The time I used to go there was on Bekin Jive's CRTV debate. So I can go on any platform. And please, when I go to talk about my ideology, don't call the TV presenter or whosoever and say, oh, don't bring Metro Alex Lissinger there. They tell me all those things. That's not Anglo-Saxon. I disapprove of what you say, but I will defend to death your right to say it. It means, even if I don't agree with you, I will give you that right to talk what you talk. If you cover some money, say me no talk, it go explode. So leave people to talk. Everybody should talk. Voters should listen. When voters listen to different people, they will make up their mind. That is the Anglo-Saxon culture. Thank you, beautiful people of the Cameroons. Thank you, people of different political opinion. If you disagree with me, invite me anytime. We'll talk on the same platform. And if you vex, say I talk with you, I talk, it means you don't know politics. It means you don't be Anglo-Saxon. So you distinguish your tribal culture where you know what a man talk and Anglo-Saxon culture where any man feel express himself. Have a beautiful day. Thank you very much. This has been Maitre Mola Alex Ndive Lissinger, the leader of British Cameroon National Party. Equal status, not special status. Wonderful. Il n'y a que des vieux. À l'Assemblée, il y a un vieux. Au Sénat, il y a un vieux. À l'Assemblée, il y a un vieillard. Il n'y a que des vieux.